college is a waste of time. It's a scam. Don't do it. It's your boy, the Feinstein Walker, man. Come back at you with another one. That's what we want to talk about, man, for real. We'll go ahead and hop straight into that one, man. I ain't attacking anybody that go to college, but people told me to state more of my opinions in my videos, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give y'all my opinion on college, you heard me? I just feel like unless you trying to get into the medical field, you trying to get into law, like law school, all that, or you trying to be a teacher, I feel like, man, that shit pointless, bro. If you don't know what you really want to be and you just going because your parents and everybody pressuring you, bro, do not do it. You wasting your time, bro. The medical field is about like the only, in law and teachers, that's about like the only guarantee. Not even teachers, really. Shit, even teachers have a hard time finding jobs. But like medical field and law, like the only ones that be like finding guaranteed jobs and shit, you know? So yeah, man, you gotta realize when you graduate, you getting the same degree that hundreds of thousands of other people is getting at the same time you is, bro. There's a lot of other people across the world, across the country, walking the stage getting that same degree you getting, bro. And then not only that, you gotta think about the year before you. Those hundreds of thousands of people that graduated with that degree. And the year before that, it's people like 4 years ago still trying to get a job for that degree. You feel me? So, man, these are just things you got to take into mind, man. Like, you got to realize, like, student loans, man, them companies, they just like loan sharks, bro. This is all a business, fam. Like, so you'll give a 17-year-old kid with no job experience, no assets, no credit history. He ain't got none of that, but you'll give him $100K. You'll give a 17-year-old, 18-year-old kid $100K to go to school, but you won't give him that to start a business or get a house. But you'll get this dude who has no credit history, no nothing under his name, $100K to go to school. Right. That's how you know it's all BS. Why won't you get that kid that want to start a business, why won't you give him $100K? If that's what he really want to do, you feel me? We need more locally owned stuff around here, don't we? We need more of the little guys getting big, right? Instead of just all the major corporations. But they do that because it's a guarantee that they go get that money back. Like, you could get every debt waived through bankruptcy, but you cannot get student loans waived. They will not go away. You can even file bankruptcy, your student loans will still be there. So that's another thing you got to think about. Why is that the case? Why can't you get anything else wiped out? You could be in a huge credit card debt, hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of credit card debt, and file bankruptcy and it all goes away. It's wiped off. But you can't wipe off no student loan? That's crazy. Like, colleges are tax exempt. They make so much money, but they're also being paid for by taxpayers at the same time. Like, if college is so important as what y'all make it seem, then why ain't college free? All tuition should be free for all students to go, fam. If they would really want to, think about all the people that can't go just because they don't got enough money and they really want to go. They really do have a chosen field that they want to be in, and they just don't got the money to get into it. What about that then? You know, there's a lot of people that just really don't want to go to college, but they feel like they're pressured by their parents and everybody else. So, and their parents got all the money to get them through it. So, you know, them type of situations, it's just all backwards. Like, I don't even want to get started on the books. Like, I can fucking, like, go to fucking Barnes and Noble and find a big, thick book the same size as a school book, and it'll be way cheaper. It could be a thesaurus, a dictionary type size book, something like that. Any type of book, and it'll be way cheaper than a school book. Why? Just because this is a school book, it has to cost hundreds of dollars. That makes no sense to me. Like, just because it's a book for school, you want to add an extra $100, extra $200, and then on top of that, buying the school books online is always cheaper than getting it from the school. Like, it's just all for business, bro. You mean to tell me a few books cost hundreds of dollars? We got the internet now. I don't need your book. Y'all just send me the link on my phone and I'll scroll my phone and read the book from there. If that's the case, it's a new world now. Y'all need to get on with this. Come on now, that's old world ideas, bro. And because people keep going for it, it's gonna keep happening. Like, that's some bullshit. College is a business just like everything else in corporate America. It's just a factory that produces useless degrees. College is literally a factory that's just running degrees out. Just printing them off like paper. You hear me? All it is. Most people who go to university they're leaving that university with no less than $35,000 in debt. $35,000 in debt. Do you know what you could do with $40,000, bro? Especially while you young, bro. While you young. You could jump in the stock market and be gone with $40,000. Are you serious? Are you serious? $40,000. If that's the case, you might as well save up that 40 your own like you was going to school and don't go to school and then invest it in something that you want to invest it in. Like, seriously. I know so many people that have turned less than 5,000 into more than 100,000 through the stock market. Easy. Easy. With $2,000, you can turn that 2,000 into 5,000. You could turn that 5,000 into 10,000. You could turn that 10,000 into 15. Easy. Like, seriously though, 40,000, that could change your life. You could open a Shopify store, an Amazon store with that, bro, and easily dominate your competition with 40,000. Are you serious? There will be no competition. You can get the biggest boat for the cheapest price because you got so much money, you can grab so much of it. Like, seriously, you could have like 10, 15 products going at the same time and see which ones actually work, because you get to try so many at the same time. Instead of wasting all your time, you feel me? You know what you could do with 40K? A Shopify store? Anything, bro, anything. You can invest that in so many different ways. It's so crazy. You can go buy a few trailers if you want to. 40K, I'm going to have a whole side of a trailer court is going to be owned by me. And hell of people paying me rent. Something, you could do anything with that. You can go buy cars from the auction and go resell them. Easy. That's crazy. You hear me? Like, kids are being tricked into wasting their valuable youth. Our youth is so valuable to us. It is something that you will never get back. You will never get it back. Our youth is so valuable. And they got us wasting our valuable youth, fam. Spending 4 more years in college and then not even ending up where we thought we was going to end up once we graduate with the damn degree. How many people do we know that are working regular jobs? Like, seriously, they have degrees and they're working regular jobs. They're working in something that's not even in their field that they got the degree for. Then everybody I know, I don't know nobody that got a degree that's actually in the field that they got the degree for. I don't know nobody. Seriously, that's crazy. Like, those 4 years you could have been using to build an empire for yourself. All that hard work, all that energy you was pouring into all that homework, that studying and all them exams and remembering stuff, you could have poured all that hard work and energy into yourself. Imagine where you would be. Just imagine where you would be. Seriously. Like, we put all this energy towards other stuff and it builds up other stuff. But we don't believe that we could build our own selves up. All that energy would have to go somewhere, and if you put it within yourself, you will make something out of that. Definitely. In 4 years of straight doing that, that's a lot of time to build something. People don't know you can have something really big and successful in less than 2, in less than 1. That's all it takes is that one click. That's all it takes. Seriously, like, you could have had your own business, no problem in that 4 years if you put all that same energy. See, you felt like you were being forced to do that homework. You felt like you were being forced to do them tests and to do all that work. So that's why you did it. See, people are too lazy when they're not given direction, when they're not being pointed to go here or do this. They're too lazy. But if you put all that into yourself, you would no doubt build something bigger than what you would have got from going to college those years, those 4 more years. Like, we have our youth now. You got to make the most of it, man. It's our time. Like, it's our time to learn the most. It's our time to gain experience. That's what our youth is for, to learn. Our whole life is really to learn, but that's when you learn the most, is in your youth. That's when you learn the most lessons. That's when you have the most growth. There ain't much growth after your youth. Seriously, you start to become like concrete. It starts to harden. You're not as moldable as you once were. While you got your youth, you need to go out and try things and fail. And fail 100 times. Fail 1,000 times. Fail as many times as it takes until you get it right, you know. Keep failing, because that's how you get the flaws out. That's how you get the wrinkles out. Understand me. Everybody fails. There ain't not one athlete, there ain't not one successful person that you've seen that have not had a failure. It's not talked about. All we see is their glory. All we see is their greatness. We don't see all the hard days they had. We don't see all that crying in the locker room they did, or all the pain they felt at home, or all the loneliness they had because they weren't able to spend time with their friends. They weren't able to be around their girlfriends, and a lot of them didn't even have girls because they didn't have time for it. They spent so much time doing something else. They weren't popular with the women, you know? Like, you didn't have time to be all up in a girl's face or chill with your girlfriend and go watch a movie and sit around for hours doing nothing. No, he was in the gym shooting 500 shots a night. That's what he was doing. Like, y'all don't see all that. Seriously. So go out there and fail. Go out there and try. Go out there and practice. Go as hard as you can. Get all the wrinkles and the flaws out. Eventually, you're going to get the formula right. You're going to get the formula right eventually. If you stay persistent, you can get anything, bro. If you stay persistent and keep the faith and never quit, you can get anything you want. Seriously. Like, me and this girl used to go back and forth all the time. Back when I was in college, we was in our English class. Her name is Rihanna. And we was always like, she was always talking up college, like putting college above everything. College, it's all about college, this and that. Like, and I was already telling her, like, man, I'm finna quit this shit. I'm finna leave this shit. This ain't for me. I'm finna leave this. And she basically was looking at it like, oh, you're not gonna be nothing in life. You're gonna be a failure. Like short of how like a teacher will look at you, like, oh, well then you're just gonna be nothing. And this and that. And we used to talk like, okay, watch. In 4 years, watch, because she knew I was finna drop out and all this. I'm like, 4 years. Let's see where I'm at. Let's see where you at. She's like, okay. I'm like, watch, just watch, because I always believed him. I always knew I was meant for more. And I feel like all the people that are meant for more, that or are going to be successful, they always knew. Like, you always knew deep down, like you're meant for more. You're meant to be more. You're meant to be the one. You always knew. I always knew. So I was going to college the whole time. I was just doing that just to make my mom happy. You feel me? Just to make it look like I wasn't sitting around doing nothing. I had a job, but to make it look like I was trying, But once I went there, I knew for a fact this isn't for me. High school, I enjoyed high school. High school was the shit. I loved high school. Like, I loved school when I went to high school. But college, it was all different. It's a whole different thing. The teachers don't care about you. They ain't not finna be following you around telling you like, hey, you forgot to turn this in. You need to get this turned in. They're not finna be doing none of that. They don't care if you show up or not. They're not taking attendance in the morning to see who showed up and who did it. They don't care if you show up or not. Like, seriously, you can not show up the whole month and nobody's going to call you to see where you're at. Like, seriously, it's a whole different world. And if you're not really doing it for something, what was I there for? I didn't want to be a doctor. I didn't want to be a veterinarian. I didn't want to be anything that would require me to go there. I didn't want to be being a radiologist. That's something that requires college. There's no other way to be that, and they make a lot of money. There's no other way to be that but through college. So if that's what you really want to be, then that's when college is acceptable. If a doctor is really what you want to be, then that's when college is acceptable. If law school and you want to be a state's attorney or whatever it is, or whatever the case is, a public defender, whatever it is, then you have no other option but to go through that stuff. You hear me? But if you don't even know what you really want to do, then really you're just wasting your time. Like, seriously, if you don't know what you want to do, you should be putting all your energy into finding out who you are and what you want to do. That's what you should be putting your energy into. Finding out what you like and what you want to do. Not just wasting your time and money. Because that's what you'll be doing. Seriously. Like, me and one of my buddies, Ish, we used to go back and forth because he was always on college. Oh, I'm gonna be this, and when I graduate, I'm gonna be this and that, and I wasn't. So he used to talk it up, and I used to be like, man, come on. And I started trading forex. So I'm showing him on forex, like, man, you talking all this college, this and that. I just made 500 one morning, easy. I just made 300 today. I just made 400 today, and I'm showing them. I'm sending them the Snapchats. I'm sending them all that stuff. Like saying, like, Ish, what you talking about? You paying money, I'm getting money. Like for real. And I'm pretty sure he's in debt. You probably won't talk about it, but I'm pretty sure he's in debt. I'll ask him and get back at y'all if he tells me something. But yeah, but now he's back home. He just got back, just moved back. Literally, after last semester just ended, the new semester just started now this month. He's back now, so he finally graduated. Back here and finna be working a regular job. You serious? Like, for real, like, it's all bullshit. So you just gave 4 years of your life away. Well, you probably had fun, all that partying you was doing, if that's what you were doing. But really, though, you could have been really putting in all that time, effort, and money into building something sustainable for you, by you, for you. Like, seriously. These are just my thoughts, people. If like I said, if you're going to something that really does require college, by all means, go ahead and do your thing. That's what you're supposed to be doing. But if you want to be your own boss, listen to what I'm saying.